quick video. I seen something on Twitter, well, on the news yesterday, and it proper disturbed me. Like, me head was battered. I feel like for the last 24 hours on Twitter, I've been having murder with people. I cannot believe this case. So it's a case about a man who was jailed the other day. His name's Ryan Johnston. Literally on Tuesday, this story is, he's been jailed for raping a 20-year-old on a train in front of people. Like, literally in front of people. Now, I read the story on, so today's Thursday, I seen it late on Tuesday night, and I was like, this sounds a bit weird. But I read something again today about it, and let me just go through the case. I'm getting ahead of myself, ignore me. So I can't believe people are this cowardice in London. Like, if this happened in Liverpool on one of our lines, our train lines, like, I can't imagine it happening. Like, the lad would get his head kicked in. So, this happened in February 2020. So, just before all the crazy lockdown. That's probably why I don't really remember it happening. There was so much happening at the time. So this man, Ryan Johnston, he's 37. And it happened February 2020. Now, this Johnston was masturbating outside a house near Bounds Green Underground Station. Now, two women seen him, which he sounds like what Colin Pitchfork did, like exposing himself and touching himself. Now, these two women seen him masturbating and started to run away scared. But Johnston followed them to the house, and they managed to get in their door, and he started banging on their door, and then he reached through their letterbox and then he left the scene. So that was at Bounds Green Underground Station. I'm not familiar with London. I've been once, and I didn't like it. No offence if you're from London, but I don't like it. Bad atmosphere. So after they had chased these two girls to their house, it didn't end there. This Johnston, right, this predator amongst us, he then boarded a Piccadilly line train towards Heathrow, and there was a young girl who's 20. She was asleep. Now, the first article I read on this, it didn't say that she was asleep or unconscious, but it turns out, she was asleep, and he sexually assaulted her, and then he raped her in front of other passengers, including a kid, and not one fucking person done anything about it. I mean, it's a hard case, this, right? Because I think the whole conviction lied upon this French tourist who he was accompanied by his 11-year-old son, and they both witnessed the attack. And thankfully, I mean, they didn't intervene, which I think's shitty, but give him his due. Credit where credit is due, right? He did go to the police and say what he'd seen. The assault wasn't captured on CCTV, and the victim was unaware of the attack because she was unconscious. She was eventually identified by the police. Now, Johnston's arrest, he was arrested in December 2022, and he was serving a prison sentence in Brixton Prison for burglary. So he's an absolute scumbag. So this arrest followed a historical rape review of cases by the British Transport Police, which led to his identification. And then in August, after a 2-week trial in a London Crown Court, Johnston was found guilty of all 5 charges, including rape, attempted rape and sexual assault, and he received a 9-year prison sentence with an additional 5 years on licence when he gets out. And he's being placed on the sex offenders register indefinitely. Now, this 20-year-old woman, right, there's 4 things I want to mention here, right? One of them is, these predatory men, I want to know how much porn they're watching. For my PhD, I'm studying the link between pornography use, the type of pornography that they're watching, and links to sexual violence. So I would like to know, it's never asked, but I personally, if I could sit down with this lad and say, listen, what porn was you watching? Because he's highly sexed, and he's a pure predator, danger to women. So that's one thing. Secondly, people seeing this man sexually assaulting an unconscious girl and then raping her, and nobody done fuck all to stop him. What kind of society have we created? What are we living in? Like, I know it's London, but for fuck's sake. Thirdly, right, this 20-year-old girl that was raped, she had been on a night out with her mates, and she was on the Piccadilly line. First of all, young women and young girls really need to be careful when they're drinking. You know, if you're out with your friends, go home together. Don't separate. You know, just don't travel home alone. Don't be drinking so much to the point where you're unconscious and you don't even know that you've been raped. To be raped it absolutely destroys you from the inside out. I know from personal experience, it fucks you up. And I always think back to mine, I always think, what could I have done? And I could have done loads of stuff differently. I'm not saying it's this girl's fault. It is not this girl's fault. This girl should be allowed to travel home from a night out with friends on a train. She should be able to fall asleep drunk and not be fucking raped. I just can't believe this case. I can't get my head around it. It's just devastating. And, you know, I hope to God this girl, she'll be 23 now, 23-year-old girl. I hope to God she's been given lots and lots of support and therapy and counselling. And I hope she's doing really well. And I hope this scumbag suffers like fucking prison. Now, coming back to the Frenchman, I'm not happy with the fact that he didn't intervene. He was a witness and didn't do nothing. I get that he was with his kid, but I don't know. But like I said, this case relies heavily on him and his testimony. He was visiting London from France, just on like a little trip. And in court, this little piece of shit was saying, oh no, I didn't rape her, it was consensual. And this man was saying it weren't, she weren't even conscious. And the police flew him from France back to England to testify. And he testified. And I do believe that it's because of him that this case, that we've seen a 9-year prison sentence for this scumbag, it just worries me. I mean, I haven't got kids, I haven't got daughters, but there's young girls in my family. You know, my goddaughter's nearly 3. You know, I've got young nieces. The idea that these freaks are out and that they can be raped on a train in front of people and people are not going to help, that should be terrifying. It's just a devastating case, and I've been having words with people on Twitter about it. So many cowards out there. I don't get it. Anyway, just thought I'd do a little quick video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Ta-da.